So here we are in a scene I was putting together. Guess I should move that. Bunch of stuff over here, clouds and things like that. And you can see I'm kind of like turning off certain layers, I guess. But I've also been turning them on and off for actually what gets rendered. So I come over to Pixelmator Pro, and I've rendered out, the clouds as one layer, and looks fine. It has this weird, choppiness. Probably something I did with the render settings. But these clouds here took a long time to render. So I just duplicated them and kind of moved them around, trying to make it look like more clouds. And then I also rendered out this layer separately, so I could kind of mess with each layer on their own. And again, this is in Pixelmator, but obviously when I take this into like DaVinci Resolve or something, I can kind of have the background element, maybe darken it or do something, or the foreground element, and just change things without affecting the whole image, which is, I think, going to be pretty nice. So that's one of the things I started playing around with. And obviously I need to figure out Blender stuff more because these clouds, I just don't know what. I mean, that just looks weird to me. But anywho, that's what I'm working on. Trying to still figure out how to use all this to put together something halfway presentable. But I don't know if I mentioned the clouds. I used, sorry, my dog's barking. It calls it M-ball there. But if you go Shift A, it's just these meta balls here. And I just use the ball one, you like copy it, and then as you duplicate and shift and move them around. Actually, I can show you here. I'll zoom out a little bit. And we'll go Shift A, and we will go meta ball, and I will just pull it over here. And then, forget the shortcut key, but there's actually one where you can press and go right to the thing. But anyway, you've got one here, and you go Shift D, and you just kind of pull it over. You see how it kind of like, I don't know, like a clay, I guess. And then you can go Shift D, and you can pull one over here, and you can S to scale it down, and then Shift D, and then go over here. You can kind of make all these little shapes you want. And then I used I'll turn this on. This is a volume, which I have to look into that again. I guess if you go to Shift A, volume right there. So you got empty and open. I think I used the empty. But go volume, go, where is it? Under modifiers? Sorry, my dog's all getting barky. Mesh, yeah, so you can see right here. So I could actually probably put, like if I also had to do, as a Control A, visual transform, visual geometry to mesh. So I do that first, and then I add go here. What I'd probably want to do, actually, smarter move I think, is grab all these clouds, put them under a group, and then add the volume to it. Because if you go here, you can go Object, select that, and then you just hide that meta ball, and you get this weird looking thing. But no, it kind of looks like a cloud, but just gotta light it up. Anyway, I'm gonna drop because now my dog's freaking out. But that's what I'm working on, is trying to create stuff in Blender and export it in layers so I can kind of put it together in the composite. And hopefully I'll start getting something decent to show here soon. Thanks for watching. Back for more. So I have this selected here in Blender, and if you had a numpad, like a full-size keyboard, like one should probably have, you just hit the period key, which seems like a really sweet shortcut. But since I don't have that, you just go to View, Frame Selected, and you can zoom right in. Now, you can also use Frame All, which is the home button. I haven't had a full-size keyboard in, I don't know how many years, so I'm guessing there's a home button on full-size keyboards. Anywho, let me know in the comments if you use Blender with just a laptop keyboard. But there you go. That will help you move around a little bit more, hopefully. I'll try to actually start putting in more tips and useful information up front in the beginning of the video, and then at the end I'll ramble on. But thanks for watching, and this time it is a goodbye as my dog barks. Ta-ta.